Good morning, children. This is our second class. In the last class, we have discussed about the scope of sociology's main school of thought. The first one was the specialistic school. Now, the second one, synthetic school, which we are going to discuss. The supporters of synthetic school are the sociologists. Number one, Ginsberg, Emily Durkheim, Auguste Comte, Sorokin, Herbert Spencer, W.F. Ward, F. Ward and L.T. House. These are the supporters of synthetic school, and let's see what they have discussed in this synthetic school. Number one, sociology is a general and systematic social science. The scope of sociology is very vast. Like in the other school of thought, it was said the scope of sociology is very narrow. Thank you. We are discussing about that now. Sociology. Number three, sociology needs help from other social sciences, so it cannot exist on its own. So even our social life, we need so many things in life like political help, economic help, educational help. So we are all linked, and then the history, from which race we have, from which community you have from. So sociology needs help from other social sciences. It is a synthesis of social science, so it has been made a new social science discipline has been made out of the social science. Synthesis means something that has been made. Sociology is closely related with other social sciences. See, sociology means the human life, the society. So society can exist only with the depending on other social sciences. Thus, formalistic school believes in the study of parts. So formalistic school or specialistic school, it believes in studies of parts, different parts which have been made up into a one whole part, which is called the society. And synthetic school, it advocates the study of the whole society. So it is actually discussing about the whole society. However, both schools complement each other, they support each other, they don't oppose each other. The sociology is a general science of society and a specialized discipline. It's a very special discipline subject, and it is also a general science of the society. Sociology is a growing science, therefore it is neither possible nor desirable to restrict its scope. So, since it is a growing science, we can neither restrict its scope. It has got wide scope, and then nobody can restrict. Yeah, neither possible to limit it. Then society is a web of social institutions. Web means like must have seen the cobweb, where there it is all linked. So these institutions, family, education, religion, political, economic, etc., are interrelated and interdependent on one another. So that is why society is a web of social institutions. So all society is all linked with all these different institutions. Being the study of society, the scope of sociology is very wide. So much of interactions are there, or so many institutions are interlinked with this society, with this discipline. The subject does not confine its study to an economic or political life of human being, but to all aspects of life. We need everything: health, education, religion, history, geography, everything. We need to know everything. Only then, with which the man in the society is concerned, we are concerned with all these. Therefore, we say that sociology is called the mother of social science. You can get small questions: why is sociology called the mother of all social science? Because it is all linked. One with this, we have finished the scope of sociology. Now we have nature of sociology. Sociology is an independent science. It is not treated and studies as a branch of any other science like philosophy or political science. So it is an independent science discussing about so many things of human being. That is why it is called an independent science. Sociology is a social science and not a physical science. As we know, physical science, which you have learned in the school days, physics, chemistry, biology, etc., where you do experiments in the lab and then you come to a conclusion. and you see what is happening. You see, observe the experiment and come to a conclusion, say boiling point of water. So you can find it. It's a physical science, but sociology is a social science. Why? It is dealing with the social life of the people. As a social science, it concentrates its attention on man, his social behavior, social activities, and social life. So, social science, it concentrates on the attention on man, his social behavior, social activities, and social life. Sociology is a pure science and not an applied science. The main aim of pure science, it's a pure science. It is sociology research work. If it is conducted, it will acquire knowledge. The main aim of pure science is to acquire knowledge, and it is not bothered whether that knowledge is useful or can be put to use. Why? Because we are using it's a pure science, and we are trying to find out about the particular society or particular human community, and then you are gaining knowledge, and then that cannot be put on to another community. So whether this acquired knowledge is useful or can be put to. Number 4, sociology is the generalizing and not a particularizing or individualizing science. So it is just a general science. We are not dealing with a particular community or a particular society. It is not dealing with an individual man. Sociology tries to find out whether the general laws or principles about human interaction and association, about the nature, from content and the structure of the human groups and society. So it tries to find out the general laws and principles of human interaction. So each society or each community has its own way of human interaction and association. Now about the nature of the society or the content and structure of the human groups and societies. For example, we have the Western countries. They are having a different nature, different content. The structure of human groups and societies are all different. So we have general laws of principles about human interaction. It tries to make generalization on the basis of the study of some selected areas. So generalization, it just makes a generalization of the study that has been conducted by a researcher. Sociology is relatively an abstract science and not a concrete science. It is a very imaginary science and not a concrete science. I have told you, physical science, where you are seeing an experiment physically and you are coming to a conclusion. Here it is not that it is abstract. You are just thinking it is like this. Why is the human being behaving like this? There is the problem. Which is the problem? What is the nature, or what are the norms of that particular society? It is all different. So it is an abstract science. Sociology does not confine itself to the study of the society of that particular society, of that particular society or social organization or marriage or religion or group or etc., etc. So it is not confined to a particular study of society, about a social organization or marriage or religion or group. We are not, sociology is not confined to. Sociology is the categorical and not a normative discipline. It is categorical but and not a normative discipline. Sociology confines itself to statement about what is and not what should be or ought to be. So it confines itself to a statement about what it is. So it is like this, the society is like this, a particular community is like this. You can't say that how the society should be or ought to be. So as a social science, sociology is necessarily silent about the questions of values and norms of the society. You can't question. You have to be silent. So Western society has a different culture, the values are different, norms are different. So it is ethically neutral. So it acts as a sociology acts as a neutral science. So it does not question anybody's values and norms. So it generally remains silent. Okay, thank you.